I'm Pablo, and I'm from right here, right where we at right now.
This 4 pound got so much kick and make the weather sweat, and we get PSK so much smoke they can't hell it.
When I started dropping with J100, like once I started locking in one for real, like YBC really became the thing. That's when really like the whole city started really knowing what it is.
I pray to God that he forgive me for my wrong, forgive me for my sins, I don't know what was going on. I heard the Reaper coming there, he might come knocking at my door, but before I let him take me, but I come knocking at your. My mom bell, but I still ride around with all this shit. All he heard was bop, 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 and then he dropped.
Reef tried curl and get away, bro, still right over top. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Stop commenting free Pablo on my page, bro. That is not right. That nigga went rogue. They said he went rogue. R-O-G-U-E. Look it up. Look at the definition of rogue. But that's scattered, bro. Yo, but I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Pray for YBC, man.
Sharif King was murdered on Saturday, July 8, 2023. At 2:04 p.m., Philadelphia police officers responded to the 5200 block of West Jefferson Street and located Sharif. He had been shot multiple times throughout his body, and the officer placed Sharif in their patrol vehicle and rushed him to Penn Presbyterian Medical Center, where he was pronounced deceased by the hospital staff.
We gon' clap you, my little brother, fiend for action. We had bounced out on him. You had the driving in. Hold on, wait. We had bounced out on him 4 deep. Had the driving in, we the Jacksons. I seen BD jump out. Wah da 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 da. I know that's a classic. Look at kids.
Bell out gang, I don't sit in on no petty shit. That nigga walking with his head down, got his melon head.
And bitch, I'm the star player. Back of my jersey say EBK. Oh, we got game at 2 a.m. Watch Chopper eat his face. My point guard, baby Yop, he push a Glock. He don't need no drink. My starting 5 jump out on blocks and leave shit real tragic. And everybody know that 5 the shooting guard. And yes, he real scared. At the 3 spot, I might select Jason, cause broski acrobatic. And it's just one thing about him, he don't like the pass.
Sharif King, 34, resided on West Jefferson Street in Philadelphia. But Reef was from 24th and Norris in North Philly. As to his involvement in this beef, and if he's connected, I haven't found any evidence of that yet. But you never know. You never know who's related to who, and who's related to what situation. YBC, in certain sections of North Philly, like the one that Reef is from, have hot and cold beefs, so it's hard to say 100%. Plus, he's 10 years older than YBC's oldest members, which makes it all the more unlikely that they were actually beefing. The people that know the answer, I haven't spoken to yet. On Sharif's Philly Unsolved Murder page, right after it listed his death announcement, it said that detectives are urging anyone with information regarding this unsolved case to contact the Philadelphia Police Department. This is standard for every unsolved murder in Philly. Call this tip line and leave an anonymous tip and possibly get a reward if it leads to a conviction. How often this service is used, I have no idea, but with this particular case, someone decided to use it. Remember this for later.
They like, bro, you better chill, for they had you almost won it. Free the other ops, the ones that's out don't really want it. We don't do the cap, it's in the rap, you know we done it. You know where we at, we on that 43rd hundred. I could care less about that switch you say you got. I could care less about that Glock you shot. Catch a nigga lacking, we gon' blink him on the spot. You keep talking like you stepping, but your Glock ain't never hot. I ain't got no sense, I'm a youngin' born wild. You better keep it down, you know that pound blast loud.
This is Arshad Curry, or Curry as he's known on the street. Curry was a part of YFA/YBC before recently being sentenced to 42.5 to 85 years for 3 separate murders that are a major factor in this war between CCK and YBC. In an article by Ellie Rushing of the Philadelphia Inquirer, she describes how at Curry's sentencing hearing, Tommy Frazier, aka Snipe's mom, shouted at Curry that she would never forgive him for what he had done. Her last chance to let the killer of her son know how she felt. The author of the article, who was in the courtroom, goes on to write that Curry's composure appeared to break only once. The mother of Kaylin Johnson, or K3, who was killed alongside Frazier, told Curry that he had done to his own mother what he did to her. Quote, "You took her child away from her," Emily Johnson said. At that, Curry opened his eyes and winced, it said in the article. The emotional day of testimony was part of a sentencing 3 years in the making after Curry pled guilty last fall to shooting 5 people in 2021, 3 fatally, and firing shots at 2 police officers. It was a series of crimes, prosecutors say, that was part of a ruthless and ongoing gang war in West Philadelphia, and Curry was one of the group's key, the gunmen, the article read. The same day as Curry's sentencing, Mayor Pablo, also a YFA/YBC member, was there at the sentencing. Mayor Pablo is a rapper from West Philly who started to buzz due to his association with YBC. He has numerous songs and video with YBC Duel, and even a mixtape called Curry and Clay with YBC Duel. Mayor is from the other side of Lancaster Ave, but has known people from YBC and YFA for a long time. According to an article, 3 days after the Curry sentencing, the Inquirer reports on Mayor Pablo's arrest. Kwame Hall showed up to Philadelphia's Criminal Justice Center on Friday to support a friend who was scheduled to be sentenced for killing 3 people. He left in handcuffs, charged with murder. Hall, 22, a young rapper known as Mayor Pablo, was arrested at the courthouse Friday morning and charged with murder, conspiracy, and related crimes in the shooting death of 34-year-old Sharif King in the Parkside section of the city last year, the article read. Hall, who law enforcement officials say is affiliated with the West Philly-based gang YBC, or Young Bag Chasers, had come to the courthouse in support of Arshad Curry, a fellow YBC member, as I just spoke about a minute ago. Curry's hearing was scheduled in the same room as the sentencing of a man who shot a police officer last year, so the hallway of the 8th floor was filled with top police brash, it said. Hours earlier, homicide detective had issued a warrant for Hall's arrest and pushed out a citywide patrol alert with his photo and the words "Wanted." 2 officers with the Highway Patrol Unit, having seen the alert that morning, recognized Hall in the crowd and alerted sheriffs to take him into custody, said Deputy Police Commissioner Frank Venor. Remember, I pointed out the tip line in the beginning of the video? Well, that tip line is about to become very important. The article goes on to describe the arrest warrant for Mayor, which I've obtained. A copy of it reads as follows. On Saturday, July 8th, 2023, at 2:04 p.m., police officers from the 19th District responded to a radio call for a report of a person with a gun at 5209 West Jefferson Street. Upon their arrival, responding officers located the victim, who will be referred to as SK in this affidavit, lying on the sidewalk with multiple gunshot wounds throughout his body. SK was rushed to Penn Presbyterian by police. He was subsequently pronounced dead just after 2:19 p.m. Recovered at the scene were 13 40 caliber FCCs, 12 45 caliber FCCs, and 3 9mm FCCs. As part of the investigation, surveillance camera footage was located that recorded the murder. That footage showed 4 males wearing masks and hooded sweatshirts who began shooting SK as he walked by the car they were sitting in. 3 of the offenders got out of their car and continued shooting SK while he was trying to crawl away. The offenders returned to their car and it sped off southbound on 52nd Street from Jefferson. That car was a black Acura TSX. Images of the offenders and vehicles were circulated to police officers on patrol. Information was learned that a black Acura had been taken during a robbery on July 8, 2023 at 1:35 a.m. at the gas station at 3130 West Hunting Park Avenue. The detectives interviewed the complainant of that robbery. She stated that while she was at a gas station, she was robbed by 2 males wearing masks at gunpoint. One of the males was wearing a long-sleeve camel sweatshirt and the other was in all black. During the robbery, the male in the camel hooded sweatshirt pointed a gun to the complainant's head and asked her if she wanted to die before demanding her keys and cell phone. The patrol alert for the homicide was forwarded to a detective from the Northwest Detective Division. He contacted his complainant in order to determine if the Acura used during the homicide was her vehicle. She was able to confirm that it was, and she stated that the males shown in the patrol alert were the same males that robbed her of her vehicles. There is no surveillance camera footage of this robbery. On July 11th, 2023 at 2:20 a.m., quote, tip information was called into the Philadelphia Police Department by a person that wanted to remain anonymous. That information stated, quote, murder 5200 Jefferson Street. The 3 men responsible for killing that innocent man on 5200 Jefferson Street on Saturday, July 8th around 2 p.m. was Yak Yola, don't know his real name. He's the driver and the shooter that stood over the victim, aka Milky or Yap. The tipster then gives Yap's exact address, which I can't share in this video, and says he always carries a gun. And Kwame Williams, which is the wrong last name, who lives in another state but is a former resident of Philadelphia. This is secondhand information, but they came back to street right after the murder saying they killed the wrong person. The caller then describes how they saw the video on YouTube. The anonymous caller said that after watching a video of the murder on YouTube, that the getaway car U-turns and that they're not sure if it turned right towards Lancaster or left towards Parkside, but that they were sure that cameras up and down both Lancaster and Parkside will track the car back to Brooklyn Street. The anonymous tipster went on to reiterate that they are all part of a gang, YBC. They said that Melky normally carries a .40 caliber pistol that he shows off often. Perhaps he used that weapon in a shooting, they said. Melky is currently on probation for a carjacking/shooting and also a weapons violation. Most of the YBC members hang out on the street with Melky and Kwame. The elders of this block hate these guys. Tyree Lennon, aka F.A., wanted for 3 murders up the Northeast, was just arrested in Melky's grandma's house at Street after running from the cops on July 5th or July 6th of 2023. The cops, they said, subsequently tasered Melky. My intent is to provide suspects for the senseless murder, and I ask that no one contacts me back. If I have any more information, I'll provide it, the anonymous tip ended with. On July 12th of 2023, officers assigned to the 16th District were on uniform patrol. At 8:15, these officers surveyed the parking lot of the Lee Recreation Center at 4400 Haverford Ave. They spotted a vehicle they had seen in a patrol alert that was sent out for the homicide that took place on 5200 Jefferson Street on July 8th. The officers checked the VIN and learned that the Acura was in stolen status, taken during a robbery on July 8th that we just mentioned on Hunting Park Avenue. The vehicle was subsequently searched. Officers could see bullets and FCCs inside the vehicles. Officers secured the vehicle and notified homicide at that time. The Acura was placed on a property receipt and towed to the police garage. The vehicle was searched by homicide personnel, and the crime scene unit discovered and recovered from inside was 1 9mm live round, 4 9mm FCCs, and 2 .45 caliber FCCs. The tip information was shared with these 2 specific officers. They stated that the block of street is only 2 blocks from where they located and recovered the Acura. Furthermore, these officers stated that they were familiar with the males that frequent the area street that go by the name YBC. They do not know of a Kwame Williams and have never heard that name before. On August 3rd, 2023, these same 2 officers received a notification on Instagram Live that Mir Pab posted a video. Officers know Kwame Hall uses the Instagram name Mir Pab and is a YBC member. During that video, Kwame Hall showed that he had a firearm. Officers could see a second male in the video they know as Kasim Brown, also a YBC member that uses the Instagram name FSDebender30. Officers could see Hall and Brown were sitting in a vehicle that appeared to be parked. Officers surveyed the area of 35th Street and Fairmount Avenue, where they know these males frequent. Officers located a vehicle parked in the parking lot. As the 2 got near the vehicle, they could see Kasim Brown or FS Debender was sitting in the driver's seat. Officers requested additional personnel to respond before they attempted to conduct an investigation. Once additional officers arrived, they approached the vehicle. 3 males got out of the car. Kwame Hall or Mir Pab exited the rear passenger seat. Kasim Brown or FS Debender exited the driver's seat. Upon investigation of the vehicle, officers found and recovered a polymer 9mm handgun from the passenger seat where Mir Pab was seated, and a Taurus 9mm handgun from the driver's seat where Brown or FS Debender was seated. FS Debender and Mir Pab were placed under arrest at the time for violations of the Uniform Firearm Act. The 3rd male that was stopped was later cleared by investigation and not charged. Officers know that Mir Pab does not have a permit to carry a firearm from prior contact that they had with him, so the gun was confiscated. Initial NIBIN results from the firearm testing conducted on the handguns that were recovered show the polymer 9mm handgun recovered from where Mir Pab was sitting does match the 9mm FCCs that were recovered from the crime scene at 5209 West Jefferson Street on July 8, 2023. As for the second firearm, they were not able to connect it to the crime scene. On August 3, 2023, DNA was collected from the firearm and from Hall in order to compare. Criminalistic Units reports that Hall's DNA was found on that firearm. Kwame Hall or Mir Pab has pled guilty to violations of the Uniform Firearm Act, which is a F3 in this matter. A search warrant was issued for the Instagram account with the name Mir Pab used by Kwame Hall. Those records were reviewed. During several conversations, Mir Pab gives the cell phone number 267-3. Record checks were conducted in reference to that phone number and found that it is serviced by T-Mobile. A search warrant was issued in order to obtain call detail records for that number. A search warrant was served on the Instagram records for Fourkye, Fourkye. He interviews local entertainers and rappers. One of those interviews he conducted was with Baby Yap and Yak from the Deuce and Mir Pab. Based on all of the information I just read, the officers wrote on the report that they believe that Hall or Mir Pab does physically match the male that got out of the Acura from the rear passenger side. It said at the bottom of the affidavit. Based on the information provided for this incident, your affiant believes that there is sufficient probable cause to request an arrest warrant for Kwame Hall for the charges of robbery, carjacking, and aggravated assault and simple assault, and other violations of the Uniform Firearms Act for the carjacking that was committed on July 8th on Hunting Park Ave, and charges for the murder and violations of the Uniform Firearm Act for the homicide that took place on July 8th, 2023. This news quickly spread throughout social media, and the fingers started pointing and accusations started to fly. At the end of the day, what it looks like is that Mir, for whatever reason, pleaded guilty to a gun that was connected to a murder. That's literally all the info we have right now.
So, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Stop commenting Freemer Pablo on my page, bro. That's not right. That nigga went rogue. They said he went rogue. R-O-G-U-E. Look it up. Look at the definition of rogue. But that's scattered, bro. Yo, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Stop talking about cuz on my live, bro. Y'all on some weird shit. Like, said Pop ain't tell, yo, y'all two in it. Damn. That's crazy. Even a fan saying that shit. Nah, bro. I don't know. Don't ask me. I ain't no detective. I don't know what he did. Stop asking me shit on this live, though. Get off this live with that weird shit. Y'all want some weird shit. I just jumped on live because I ain't going live in a gillion. Y'all want true. Y'all burnt out. Yo, but I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Pray for YBC, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Pray for YBC, man.
And with no paper.
We go and see what he got to say, bro.
Yo, Mir Pab was YFA, yo.
No, don't do that, bro.
Why y'all saying it though like he said something? No, that is my man. Until further notice, that is my man.
Until further notice, that's what happened, bro.
But my cases don't go out like that. Everybody, listen, YBC legacy in jail is historical. From stabbings to standing tall for murders, all type of shit.
Right.
It's historical. But don't try to play with Mir Pab though, because that's still my man. He don't got no paperwork. It ain't nothing on my man staying there too. Until further notice, y'all can't play with him.
Why you man up here contradicting you, bro? Why he up here contradicting you, bro?
And dueling a lot.
All right, yeah, I gotta get y'all story straight. Hey, dude, you got requested to join the live, yeah.
Let that bitch ass nigga dueling a lot, yo. That dude bitch ass in the live so I can go at him for playing my man.
All right, yo, dude, you gotta join the live, nigga. Yeah.
Nigga, you wanna play with my fucking man, nigga? You know what's up with us, nigga.
Look, I'm gonna edit into the live. Talk to your biz, bro.
Dude, you wanna keep playing with the guys, nigga? Like when I try to call your phone, you ain't answer. Why you playing my man?
Bro, I'm just,
Why you playing my man like that though in front of the people though? Is crazy.
I never said nothing, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie. The nigga said, don't put no words in my mouth. I just said,
this is not the streets, bro. The streets don't do that, bro. The streets go off of paperwork and real shit, bro.
Whatever rogue mean, bro, that's what they say.
Bro, that's not the streets, bro. The streets go off of real paperwork.
I don't know what rogue is, bro. Like, bro, shit, I never heard of rogue before.
I never heard of Listen, let me go get my dictionary. Maybe I can tell you what it means.
Bernardo Childos was the topic, bro. Y'all heard that shit.
Dude, how your team doing, bro? How you feeling this season, bro?
When man, everybody talk crazy to your ass. You don't got no rap. Go shoot somebody. Go do something to somebody, nigga. All your friends die and you make new songs, nigga. The here. Y'all down on the score by 5 points. You just dropped the tape. When we was down by 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up with these ratting ass, man? They said it was y'all that was ratting, bro. I need somebody to explain this to me, bro. What's really going on? How the is we ratting if we ain't in jail? I don't know what that means. Like, what you mean? The nigga only been in there for 2 days. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it take longer than 2 days to do a sweep, bro. Ratting, I ain't gonna lie to you. What sweep they do? A nigga only told on what sweep they do? A nigga only told on one person. On one? Nigga only told on one person. Oh. So you ain't no sweep. There ain't no sweet bloody a nigga told. That's all I was. You feel me? How you feel about that, bro? Like, what's going on?
You swear you know everything. I'm about to shut you the fuck up, bro. Stop talking to me, bro. Nigga, Mirror got a fucking warrant for homicide because the day before Curry court date, Mirror had court date for his burner. And you wanna know what Mirror dumbass did? He pled guilty to a homicide weapon, kid. That's why he got a homicide warrant, because he pled guilty to a gun that was on the homicide.
When the news hit that Mir was arrested and Yak Yola's house was raided the same night, for some reason, YBC Duel decided to throw Mir under the bus and say that he's telling. A quick commentary note before we continue: I think Duel jumped the gun here, so to speak, because he can feel the walls of the authorities decimating his gang. Think of all the people that have been locked up for murder over the last few years. F5, 1K, Reek 1200, all got hit with murders. Yaya or Baby Wit got hit with conspiracy. And we just talked about Curry. Then also we got the members that he's lost to the death. Duel might feel desperate and not know who to trust right now. But insinuating that your friend told without any paperwork or evidence should be off the table. As I said, Yak Yola's house was raided the same night as Mir Pa was arrested. Yak is still on the lam as of this recording. Parallel, and I think independent of this investigation, BD from the Tortures was finally apprehended and charged in the incident from last April that sees him facing 2 homicide charges and an attempted murder charge, all stemming from the Hop Out Blick 2023 incident. And in another case, Land from the Tortures is charged in the death of Brandon Dixon, who was murdered at a gas station in May of 2022. He faces murder and related charges. I'll keep everyone updated in all 3 of these incidents, so stay posted. Also, I'm going to start doing smaller videos over on Patreon, so if you haven't signed up yet, head over to patreon.com/American Confidential, and for as little as $3, you can become a member. And if you can't support the channel financially, you can always subscribe or share. That helps more than you know. But I'm going to leave it there for now. Thanks for watching American Confidential, and until next time, be safe.